As far as news events go, things are pretty quiet today. There's speculation with SafeMoon that we're seeing the reactivation of Swap and Evolved, or things are starting to kick up around that sort of a mechanism, because we are also seeing on the price charts here a price climb. So if you go take a look on social media, you'll see some posts that are speculating on that Swap and Evolve. And I'm going to be going over the different prices for SafeMoon as well as for the SafeMoon swap partners. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the general market to start off with here. So taking a look at the bigger picture, we've got Bitcoin, which is down just a tiny bit on the day, hanging out right below that $30,000 price point. Ethereum is just under $2,000, getting close to that. Passing that mark is definitely going to cause a lot more bullish sentiment for the altcoin markets. A lot of people have looked to the movement of Ethereum for the altcoin cycle. Don't know why that was so hard to say. Then we take a look at BNB. We can see that it is down 1.39%, so just slightly. Doge is still showing some more pain. And then across the board, we have mixtures. But overall, everything seems to be pretty steady, holding out for the day. If we take a look at Bitcoin on the price charts for the daily candles, I had previously drawn this bull pennant or this bull flag right here, and I was mentioning in my previous video that it was looking like we're getting ready for a potential breakout, and potentially that could affect some of the other cryptocurrencies. And lo and behold, this did play out. This is textbook. Now, the value that comes into play with doing technical analysis for something like Bitcoin in comparison to other cryptocurrencies is how much time Bitcoin has been out in existence, how many actual holders that there are. It's not like there's only a couple people that could dramatically have a huge impact on it. We've seen this out for quite a few years now. So the reliability on these technical indicators is definitely more favored than, say, another cryptocurrency that's only been out for a month or a year. Those ones, it's still, personally, in my opinion, still helpful to look at these kinds of indicators, but they're just not as reliable. The longer that something is out, and again, the more holders that there are, the more of that distribution of that wealth amongst the holders, then I feel that this pertains a lot more efficiently. So as we can see for the daily, Bitcoin down a little bit here. It did have that run up going on that of April the 10th. And then we see another push up here on April 11th. And then for the 12th, some major pullback. Well, I wouldn't say major pullback. This did go up to about 30,500. So about a $500 price drop. And so we're going to go ahead and move on now to SafeMoon. With SafeMoon, we're seeing that nice green candle. And if you notice here, it says down 22.49%. That's what I had left it on from my last time I did a video. So where are we actually at right now? We go ahead and make this adjustment here. We can see that we're actually down 15.41%. What do I mean by we're down? This is in reference to before that big exploit. So if we go back to that of March 28th, we see then there was that March 31st where things started trying to reactivate and come back into play here. And there was a lot of people also selling off, and it's just very volatile, right? So we can see that back on the March 28th period, that baseline support where a lot of the prices were kind of falling in line going back in time here. If we use that as a reference point, we still need about another 16% or so to get back to those previous levels and then start pushing forward and feeling more authentic and saying that we're on the way up. So right now it's mostly focused on trying to get that recovery. If we move over to, well, actually, let's go back here a second. So the last 24 hours, it's up 9.28%, market cap of $122.7 million, $87,000 worth of trading volume, 333 transactions. The majority of those are buys. It's about even, though. We can see 188 buys versus 145 sells. As far as for the actual volume, though, from a dollar standpoint, it does lean a bit more on the buy side of $55,000 compared to $31,000 in sells. And if we hop on over now to that of SafeMoon with Polygon, it is still showing a continuation downwards, although not much. We're seeing down 2.22% on the last 24 hours, $3,700 worth. And that's $657 in buys compared to $3,000 in sells. Then we move on to SafeMoon with that of the Ethereum side. We can see it's down on the day. It was down on the day yesterday as well. So overall, it is down over the last several days after hitting that high, which looks to be right around the 35.24 range. Right now it's at 33.21, down 2.52%. 5 transactions, they were all sells. This is $3,500 worth. Evergrow coin on the daily showing further continuation signs of recovery. There was a significant drop that took place here on April 10th. Looks to be like a significant increase in volume in comparison to what we've been seeing for the norm here. However, in the second day of continuation back up, it is up 0.52%. It's $415 in trading volume, and they were all buys. Moving on to Blockbuster Tech, we're also seeing Blockbuster Tech starting to show some signs of recovery. Second day of green in a row, but it's still in this consolidated space, so it's got some more work it needs to do too. It's up 5.15%, $6,900 in trading volume, $6,000 compared to the $974 in sells. And Beefy Finance, we do have a little bit of red on the day, which is interesting because we're actually seeing a green buy candle that came in. I believe this is a delay because the previous transaction before that, hence it being previous, is April 11th, and that was a sell. So what we're actually seeing here is no real identification of a percentage change. According to the analytics report, it's $224. As I mentioned, it was only one transaction. But overall, it does look like it's starting to make a climb back up. Then we have BNB for the Mirror Protocol. It's a little bit red on the day, essentially flatlined out. It's only $278 in trading volume. It's down 1.01%, and it's been moving sideways here since basically back around that of April 7th. We do have a big drop that took place the day before on April 6th and several days before that as well. As far as for Bitcoin on the Mirror Protocol, we do have a little bit red on the day, but there's been this nice climb trying to recover since that drop on April 3rd. And on the daily here, it's down 1.24%, $251 in trading volume. That's $79 in buys versus $171 in sells. As far as for Croge goes, we do have it red on the day, green yesterday, but this is essentially nothing. And there's no way to beat around the bush on that. It's $1. There was $1 that took place for the day, and then as far as for the day before that, there was a sell for $50.38, and then the day before that, it was $10.90. So we're only seeing a couple transactions, if even that, per day for Croge at the moment. And then moving on to Crift. Crift having a little bit of a pullback for the day. It's only one sell. It's $4. No analytics report identifying any percentage change. So very, very quiet for that one as well. As far as for Glow token, we do have it red on the day. A little bit of green yesterday, but it's been seeing a little bit of this downwards pressure going on, down 1.47% in the last 24 hours. $634 in trading volume. That's $128 for buys compared to $506 for the sells. This is only 7 transactions total. Do keep that in mind as well. Then for Grove, we see Grove seeing a second day of further decline. It is down 6.71%, and it's $98,000 worth of trading volume. But of that, we're only seeing a difference of $2,000. So $48,000 on the buy side compared to $50,000 on the sell side. Total of 135 transactions. As far as for HOD, it's also showing a little bit further signs of a decline, down 2.37% in the last 24 hours. $10,000 worth of trading volume. This is $5,300 worth of buys versus $5,600 worth of sells. So pretty neutral right there, but overall still seeing a drop of about $300 or so. And that's a total of 39 transactions. Live Crypto Party is showing some signs of recovery, although it's very, very slow. This is just $85 worth of trading volume, 2 transactions. It's on its third day of green. This is $75 worth of buys versus the $10 worth of sell. And for Potherium, green on the day yesterday, green for the day today. However, the last trade activity was 3 days ago. So essentially, no activity taking place. There is still $69,000 being reported on the liquidity side for Potherium, and having a market cap of $723,000. So it's hanging in there. And we don't see anything traded in the last 24 hours, as I was just mentioning. But the last transactions that took place back on April 9th, April 7th even, we could see that those were all buys, but very, very, very small amounts. Talking in less amounts than that of $10. For Rhythm, we can see that it has green on the day. The last trade transaction was $114.32, but then the last trade before that was 3 days prior, which was actually a sell for $9.70. So not much activity going on there either. $114. Market cap is still hanging in at $1.8 million, $59,000 in the liquidity. And then Revoltants. So we can see Revoltants is still moving sideways here for quite a while. It's down just a tiny bit. It's down 1.36% in the last 24 hours. $164 worth of trading volume. 23 of those dollars are on the buy side, whereas $140 is on the sell side. It's only 4 transactions. 2 of them were buys, 2 of them were sells. And that's what I got for you guys in the latest price updates for the SafeMoon swap partners. I hope that this video was helpful for you. I try to keep you guys updated when I can. I didn't really see much news information. There's just that speculation of whether or not Swap and Evolve has been potentially reactivated, and that's why we're seeing this nice little push up going on with that of SafeMoon. And as usual, I will continue to do the best that I can to keep you guys updated. I should probably make sure that I get a drink of water. I'm struggling on some of my words. And I appreciate you guys very much. If you want to pay for your bills in the real world using cryptocurrency, you can check out Spritz Finance. I've talked about it in the past. I've got a video on it. I paid for one of my bills. I happen to choose BNB, but they have a list of different crypto options. It's super fast. It's super easy. It's super convenient. Their team is still working on building out even more tools to make this more easily adoptable within the public. So if you guys want to check that out, if you want to use my referral, you can. They got promotions going on. It looks like it's still going on. You can get a nice little extra bonus for paying one of your future bills if you use my referral there. So feel free to check that out if you guys would like. You can learn more about that in the video down in the description. And thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Double shout out thank you to WeLoveSafeMoon.com, Victor Vegas, SafeMoon Oz for being higher level patrons. Thank you to my YouTube members for your support as well. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like button. God bless, and we will see you in the next episode.